What's going on, guys? It is Sunday morning. It's 10:56, and we're closing out the 25th week of investing on our channel. We're a little bit late on this, and we're in a weird location because I just drove straight through to get to the lake. So I'm actually in like Southern Virginia at the lake. So this will be a little bit different, but we'll take a look at our YouTube channel tracker. And then we'll take a look at the portfolio on Seeking Alpha and see what's going on. All right, so here we are in our YouTube channel tracker. We're going to follow this line right along. I got this reporting a couple days ago, so it's June 24th of 2023. For my weight and weight loss, we're not tracking that right now. Investment balance. This is the first week I've ever had that I actually lost money while contributing $250 a week. So that was a little difficult, but I'm still okay with it. So we're at 71.63 and 93 cents. Total dividends earned $92.43. So some good growth there. Total growth, we're still up $213.63. Now the bummer here is that we lost $300. So that's never good, but it is what it is. Total YouTube income, we are at $100 on the SoFi referral links and stuff, not yet monetized with YouTube. Subscriber count has stayed the same, so we're at 1773. Total views, we're at 204,013. And then our watch hours, we're at 3832.1. But we're going to take a look at Seeking Alpha so we can see really what happened with the portfolio and what's going on. All right, so I have everything sorted by value, and the main culprit of volatility is right here listed at the top. So starting off, we have Tesla. We have $1,883.92 of Tesla. That's 113.15 shares, and the price is now 16.65. So this is a lot of craziness. So, it's been a wild roller coaster with Tesla. We do own Tesla on average for $16.53. So we're still in a good position. We've actually still made money on it. And I am looking forward to the next dividend payout because that's going to be massive for our portfolio. But as of right now, we're just seeing some volatility as Tesla's being Tesla. But yeah, I mean, you can see that we had a 2.86% drop on that. And then we also have a lot of options tied to that too. So yeah, we're going to see swings of like $300 to $2,000 on this trade, which we've already talked about. We talked about that on Monday. So at the end of this week, we were down. At the beginning of this week, we were up, but we're still up overall in the position, which is great, even on the options as well. So we're good. SCHD. So Charles Schwab's U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, we're at $1,209.69 there. That's 17.11 shares, and the price has come down a little bit to $70.71. Now they are paying the dividend out. What day is that? Tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow. So we should see some SCHD growth this week, which is great. Again, down 1% yesterday, so a little bit of drop off there. But Realty Income Corporation, we're at $1,177.82. That's 20.04 shares, and the price is low. So prices dropped down to $58.76. This dividend yield is back above 5, which is, in my opinion, always a good buy. I'm not a credit counselor, wealth manager, financial advisor, or anything, but that's always, to me, if you can buy Realty Income at a 5% dividend yield or higher, buy it. But yeah, they took a little bit of a hit earlier. Now JEPQ is one that has been kind of all over the place, but so again has Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, all the stuff that JEPQ holds. JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF, we have $833.40. We're at 17.45 shares, and the price is 47 $2.77. So I am optimistic for a good dividend payout coming up in July, based off just the growth we've seen in Nvidia, Tesla as a whole over the past month, Microsoft over the past month. We should see some pretty good dividend payouts for that, because they are a covered call ETF, and they do pretty well at paying out income when the stocks are bullish. But getting into the meat and potatoes, the stocks that we put $5 every day into. So Pepsi, we are at $646.70. That's 3.48 shares, and the price is 186.07. That dividend yield is back over 2.7, and that is a good dividend yield to be at. JEPI, JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. It's kind of like JEPQ's older brother with a lot more diversification. We are at $639.93. It's 11.71 shares at $54.64. Kind of what I was saying before. I think we should see a pretty decent dividend from JEPI. I think we'll see a bigger dividend this month from JEPQ, just based off the price movement of tech stocks versus just the general dividend paying market. But we should still see some good money coming through from JEPI. And then Procter & Gamble regains its spot from BlackRock. So we're at $635.98 there. That is 4.28 shares at $148.46. We're still at that 2.53 dividend yield area. Usually this is going to be in like the 2.4, so a little bit of room for growth from Procter & Gamble. BlackRock, had a bit of a hit the other day, or the past couple days. So we're at 625 and 15 cents there. We're at 0.92 shares, almost to a full share of BlackRock. The price is 680 and 45 cents. This dividend yield creeping back closer to 3%. So just like Realty Income, if it's over 5, buy it. BlackRock, if it's over 3, buy it. At least in my humble opinion, non-professional opinion. MPW, a little heartbreaker this week, dropped below $9, which made me sad. But we're at $581.98 there. We have 67.05 shares. Again, it's fairly cheap for the share price right now, which, for what it's worth, if we get this dividend payout, less than $9 per share, that would be pretty sweet, because that's a bunch of free shares, so that'd be great. Yeah. Sorry, I'm using a MacBook, which I don't normally do. So let's just pretend that didn't happen. Down at the bottom, we have AT&T. So $539.89. Another heartbreak. We are at $34.94 shares. The price was above $16, and then it just had to tank back down to 15.45. AT&T just doing AT&T things. The dividend is now above 7%, which is craziness. So that's a very high dividend for AT&T. And then, oh man, these freaking MacBook. I hate this thing, but it's portable and it holds a charge okay. All right, so down here we have Apple. Apple is very similar to Tesla. We did not YOLO in as high as we did with Tesla. But Apple, we have $445.66. That's 20.04 shares at $22.24. So this is where the big price drop off happened. Our Tesla call option for Tesla at $17 on July 21st. We did have like $120 per contract evaluation on that. Now we are at $50 per contract evaluation on that because Tesla came down a bit. Now, on the flip side, we bought these for $15 a contract. So if you can turn 15 into 50, we're in a good position. And if we can turn 1650 into 1665, again, we're in a good position. So that's why I'm like really not stressing this thing. This is a long-term trade. This isn't like a day-long options trade. I think that this will work for us quite well. But again, right now, at least we have basically tripled our money pretty much. So that's pretty good. And then JEPQ, We have 5 call contracts to buy JetQ at $48 on the same date, July 21st. The first few contracts, we paid $10 per contract for these, and then I picked up 2 or 3 more to even it out at 5, at 5 cents per contract. So, although we did lose some money there, at least we own some of these new contracts correctly. And the implied volatility of that trade is very, very low, considering JetQ is holding some powerhouse growth stocks right now, and it hasn't really reflected in JetQ's numbers. But yeah, for the stock to increase 23 cents when the stock's worth, 48 is or 47.75 is not really much of a move. So if we have a 1% gain day, we're making a lot of money. So and I think we will have a 1% gain day. We need a 1% gain day because JetQ has not caught up to the earnings or up to the month-to-month increases of its holdings. So that should grow pretty quickly. We should see some growth there. But yeah, like it's tough to look up here and see today's gain negative $111. That's just us calibrating though, because we have a pretty big balance now. So if we have a day where we gain 1% or lose 1%, like 1% of $9,500 is $95. So I mean, we're gonna see that, but it is what it is. I'm excited to be at the lake, and here I'll let me switch the screen over so I can give you a look around. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this without giving everybody motion sickness, but this is the where I'm making my video. I got my little, my phone's working as my hotspot. I got my bench with the little grill, and that's what we're looking at, which is pretty nice. And then we've got the little cabin right here, right? Just a little basic cabin. Got the Tiguan over there. Drove down in the Taos. Yeah, been a decent drive, but I'm excited to be here and we get to go fishing and stuff with Jaden and do all that. So that should be a good time. But whoa, is that making people dizzy? Look at that. Anywho, as always, I wish you guys happiness, health, and wealth. I don't really have any editing software, so as always, I can't roll